Hello and welcome everyone. How's everybody doing today? Hope I have enough light. I just turned off the big light. And yeah, so we are here to do the last and final chakra read. And tomorrow is a full moon in Scorpio. So I will be doing the full moon in Scorpio reading tomorrow. Or maybe if I have energy after this, might do it after this. And also, I wanted to say about as I was getting ready to do this reading tonight, I seen 11:33 and 11:55. So if and I also seen 444. So if any of those numbers resonate with you, you may find some answers in the readings today. So yeah, so 11:33, and something could happen. Could come in for you, an intuitive message, whatever. 11:33, that's a really sacred number. 11 is very sacred, and 33 is very sacred too. And 444 is very special number too. 11:55, 11:55. So divine changes. So numerology and what it means to me in numbers, um, spiritually, is that 11:55. Fives mean changes. So 11 is still a divine number. So divine changes are happening. Welcome, welcome. Anybody? Hello, everybody. Oh, hey, Lance. What's up, Geminis? I'm a Gemini too. So, Gemini Sun here. Gemini Sun in the chat. Welcome. So yeah, and I was gonna let you guys choose. I'm not gonna use tarot today. I am gonna use the chakra card readings for all the signs. We're doing the crown chakra today, but to clarify or to pull a special message. More to clarify, I was going to use either my wisdom card to clarify or use the angels and ancestors cards to clarify. So I was going to let you guys choose if you're in the chat. So we are not there yet. We'll just get ready here, and I'm going to read off the angel messages here in a few minutes. I just need a drink of water. And then I'm going to read off the chakra card, and then we'll get started with the main reading from Aries to Pisces. And if anybody wants a private reading or get a reading for a friend, you can always order it. Email me. Email me your questions and what the reading is about, and then I will send you the link in the email. And yeah, so welcome everyone. If you're watching now or if you're watching later, I've got to put my glasses on so I can clearly see what I'm reading. The light's kind of dim. I can turn this other light on, but it does give off a lot of heat. Let's turn it on. I think I turned it on. It's a little dark, eh? Because I turned the big light off. Ooh. That's not. Yeah, that's a little bit weird. I don't know, but it'll work. It'll work. All right, so we're doing crown chakra today. The crown chakra is placed right here above your head. That's where your crown. That's like your soft spot when you're a baby. That's your crown chakra. So, very top of your head. The color is violet. I did not have that color dress, but this is turquoise, and it's also a very divine color. So, I thought I would wear that today. And I also got my heart chakra necklace, and I also got my amethyst necklace pendant. These are from two very good YouTube friends that I've met over the years, and so I'm wearing that today. And so, big shout out to one of my members, Tracy Ocean 577. Big shout out to you. Um, and yeah, send me an email if you want that reading, girl. All right. I don't like the lighting. Oh well. Oh well, we'll have to deal with it. The crown chakra is really about you're using your intuition anyway. How are you doing? I hear you back. Hear you back to Ontario. Well, you're still welcome to come and visit if you want. And we can hang out for a day if you want. Be nice. So this chakra is about awareness and intelligence. So it's that. So I think the wisdom cards are a good idea, but also I think the ancestor cards are a good idea. The angels and ancestor cards. But here's the crown chakra. So the crown chakra is the link to every other chakra, and therefore every organ in this system. So it affects not just your it's not it and so it affects not just all of your those organs, but also your brain, your nervous system, and your concentration concentrated. The chakra of the alignment represents our connection to our life's purpose and spirituality. Those with a blockage crown chakra may seem narrow minded, skeptical, or stubborn. When this chakra is not open, it is though to help keep all of those other chakras open and to bring this person bliss and alignment. Hey, Bob. Hey, Bob. What's up? Bob the Builder's here. Welcome, welcome. So that's what the crown chakra is about. So that's what this reading is all about today. And the angels here today are Archangel Zedical, teaching and learning. Keep an open mind and learn new ideas and teach them to others. Right? So it's all about, and this is the yellow, and so that's a very happy chakra. It's our solar plex chakra. And then we got prioritize. Archangel Metatron, focus on your higher priorities, and I will help you get organized and motivated. And I've been really working behind the scenes on a lot of things, but you can go check that out on my other channel, which I'm going to be talking about here in a day or so. Cast Love 420. Check out the other channel. That's where I share a lot of things that I'm doing behind the scenes. And I've got a lot of surprises coming up for you guys for that. All right, so nurturing. Archangel Gabriel. As you nurture a child, you nurture your own inner child. Activities are important. Take back your power. Archangel Raziel, use your God-given power and intentions to manifest blessings in your life. Go outside, get fresh air, touch grass. No, that doesn't say touch grass, but yeah. Go outside, get fresh air. Archangel Jovial, go outside, get fresh air, connect with nature, release stress, gain new perspective ideas. So yeah, go touch some grass. Put your hands in the dirt. That's what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be replanting a lot of plants, and some I'm just going to add some new soil and take some of the old soil out because I got 2 brand new bags of beautiful soil today, and it was a good deal too. It was $10 for a 50-liter bag, so I got 2 of them. So my plants are going to get very happy. I got some stuff to do with my plants. I'm probably going to do a live streaming on my 420 channel, and then I'm probably going to do it on StreamYard. So if anybody want to come out there and chill with me and hang out and, you know, and chit chat, that's what I'm going to be doing this week coming up, or might even be the weekend. I don't know. I got shopping to do this weekend too. Like it's the end of the month. Gotta pay rent, all that stuff. You know, gotta do all the bills stuff. Pay the internet so we can keep coming on here. All right, so now we're going to start the reading from Aries to Pisces. So how can you use your power more, nurture yourself more, prioritize yourself more, learn more, and teach it to others? Wow. So, so I said how, but I feel like it's more the question here is, where are you when it comes to that? I feel, you know, like I feel like you do need some help when it comes to that, Aries. The first card is confusion and vanity, right? And then And then we got destiny and forgiveness. In the bottom of the deck, we have enlightenment. So that's a very happy chakra. So like that is, once your chakras all aligned, if this is the first time here and you just see me for the first time, this is the crown chakra we're doing today, but I've done the root chakra all the way to the crown chakra for all the signs. And that was a challenge I had to put on myself, and then I did it. So I didn't get it done exactly in my time, but it was in divine timing. So today is the time when we're doing the crown chakra. So Aries, I feel like you're going to learn a lot from it. That's going to bring you a lot of happiness. And and you may even be somebody, like if you are somebody that has been confused about what your destiny is, you're going to realize how to get there now, you know. So, I feel like at this, like the moment you're seeing this or whatever, I feel like for some of you, not all of you, these are general readings, so take what resonates, leave the rest behind. Not everybody is on the same level, and not everybody needs the same chakras aligned, right? Um, so you have confusion and vanity. Vanity talks about not feeling accepted or like feeling a little bit lost, and also confusion. You may be a little bit confused about some things, right? But I feel like as soon as the forgiveness happens, I feel like you will feel like the destiny card is first, and then forgiveness, and then enlightenment. So forgiveness, we do that for ourselves. Like everybody knows, like think about now. By now, a lot of people know that we don't forgive for just the other person. Even if we can't talk to them, we forgive them, right? Energetically, so that we can. So our energy does not get stuck there, right? So I feel like that confusion has maybe been because there needs to be some forgiveness on either your part, their part, whatever. Um, Even if they don't apologize, whatever, forgive them, and that, and you set them free, and you don't have to carry that, thoughts anymore, that anger, that sadness, whatever it is, right? So that's what I see here. It's all about like learning from the mistakes that may require forgiveness, right? And this could be, leading you to your destiny here, your divine destiny here. So this is the purple card, which is the third eye chakra. So I feel like that is the enlightenment. Like they're gonna really see your destiny better when the forgiveness happens in your life, Aries. So take back your power, your God-given power and intention to manifest blessings in your life. That's what you need to do. So since there is a few people in here, should I clarify with this deck or this deck, the wisdom deck or the ancestors and angels deck? I'll let you guys choose. Since you're here, you get to choose. Which one should I clarify for? I'm not going to do tarot with the crown chakra today, so we're doing oracles. Oracles are different than tarot, but they also get the answers, but they're more a softer answer. And we kind of, I think, I just didn't, I just like automatically opened the red one. So I feel like a lot of you um, maybe chose that one. So, okay, so we'll do this reading another time, the ancestor reading, right? So, put that one back. Oh, maybe I'll pull an ancestor message when I do the full moon and Scorpio reading. That would be a good thing to pull an oracle message when I'm doing the full moon reading. That's what I'm gonna do. See, I'm using my intuition to let me guide me. And your connection, your energetical connection to me, to let me tap into your energy so that I can read your sign, read your energy. That's how you're gonna gain from this channel, is by being open to receiving the messages that I give here, but only take what resonates and don't make everything your story. If it's like something you don't like, you know what I mean, you don't accept it, right? Don't claim it. All right. And it, like, yeah. All right, let's go. What is this confusion and vanity for Aries? So that this vanity card is also a blue card, so you may have a hard time speaking to people as well, is what I'm getting, because that's about your throat chakra. So you may want to go watch the throat chakra reading, Aries. All right, so what are you confused about? You have a fork in the road. Makes sense. Makes sense. Okay. The fork in the road is like not knowing whether to go left or right, right? But below that, like once you make a decision, there's going to be milk and honey. So whatever you're confused about, that you have a hard time speaking about, that you feel like somebody's not going to understand or something like that. Vanity can also mean that, like feeling like, you know, you're not going to be accepted into a group or whatever it is. And I feel like once you make that choice, whatever your, it says you know what to do, right? I don't know if I said this, angel. That was the bottom of the deck, angel. So it's Archangel Uriel. Trust in your inner knowledge and act upon it with unwavering faith. So I feel like once you like really listen to your intuition, I feel like then you're gonna really know what would make you happy. Milk and honey, right? Also, when you're feeling confused, this card always reminds me, the milk and honey always reminds me of like doing cleansing baths, you know, doing a cleansing bath. And there's a little elephant inside that bath. So elephants carry a lot of wisdom and knowledge. So I feel like you're gonna get a lot of wisdom and knowledge about what to like, where, what, what choice to make. Because the fork in the road talks about you don't know which way to go. You have a couple choices, but I feel like you're gonna figure that out. Maybe you just need to do some, you know, cleansing your energy, right? So how you gonna know what your destiny is, and what is destiny here talking about? How you gonna know, Aries? How are you gonna know? How you gonna know what to choose that is your destiny that will bring you milk and honey? Milk and honey. Using your imagination. Your imagination is what, like, your inner child. And that's the Archangel Gabriel that talks about nurturing your inner child as you nurture a child, and doing the activities that, you know, that include children, that, you know, that you can do both. Adults and children can do activities, like fun activities, you know. Um, so what do you imagine your destiny to be like? Since you've already seen all that glitter isn't gold, Aries, so you've seen all that glitter isn't gold, and maybe that's where the forgiveness needs to happen, right? Because there is a soulmate, and I feel like you're going to be guided towards your soulmate here. Because you've already seen all that glitter isn't gold, you know. What is forgiveness talking about? This card wanted to pop out. Literally, mending. What is forgiveness talking about? It's talking about mending it with someone. Mending fences with someone. Could be a friend, could be a sister, could be a mother, could be anybody. It's like a feminine energy. It can be any sign, because any sign that is a feminine energy too. You know. You know, any water signs, they're all feminine energy, right? And also anybody born under Venus or the moon is feminine. So this is like feminine to me. And these are oracles. So I feel like there needs to be some forgiveness here, because you love each other. And so these are general, so these could be anybody in your life. These are not talking about like love life message. These are not like he, she messages, love life messages. These are different. All right, let's see. Final message here of enlightenment and all around how you're going to make your choice. How you're going to make your choice. The enlightenment and how you're going to make your choice is that you're going to realize that if you feel like left out, or like an orphan, and or like feel left out, the enlightenment that's going to come to you is going to help you to walk through, you know, walk out of the darkness and into the light, you know, into the more happier times in your life. When it talks about this, like, you're going to see bright colors again. You're not going to just see all gray and dark, you know, like gloomy energy. When we're in, you know, negative energy, we don't see the bright side. But you're going to start seeing the bright side, and you're going to start seeing the colors, and that's what you're going to be enlightened about here. That the, like, you're going to realize that you're the only one that leaving yourself out by being, you know, stubborn, or, you know, could be stubborn to what you're feeling, right? See, what is it talking about the soulmate here? Final message here. higher power. So listen to your intuition, listen to your crown chakra, higher power. See, it's lit up. So that's the enlightenment here as well. That's going to help you to make your choice, to know where you're going to go. All right? I feel like your treasures are coming in. Your wishes are coming in. Yeah. Like, things that are going to make you, make your heart happy. They're going to make you feel like a star too. Like, this is happiness. This is also the card of 9. That's what I got for you, Aries. All right? So get out of your head. Changes are in the wind. All right? You may even move. Some of you might even move house. So I see. Thank you guys for being here, and you're welcome. Everybody's welcome to come and say hi in the chat. I don't bite. And yeah, so we're going to move on to Taurus next. So I just got to keep remembering that, like, when I'm talking about the reading, is that, like, what angels I pulled and how that makes sense. And that really does give a lot more messages when you're using the messages the angels had, and using them as also, like, to make sense of things in the reading. That really does help me. I like my angels here when I'm reading. That one flipped out like crazy. All right, somebody may be impatient, and somebody may feel ignored by their mother or something. I'm just getting that. All right, let's see. Taurus. All right, let's see. What is going on with Taurus and their crown chakra? Tell me a little story about how they can be guided to nurture themselves, to prioritize, to learn what, and then teach it to others, to may remember to go outside, take back your power that God gave you and use it to manifest blessings. It says you know what to do. Let's see, what is it talking about? Excuse me. Get that frog out of my throat here. Let's have a drink of water. Oh. Bartender, give me water. That's good. So the balance, I feel like there's going to be a balance in your life with you and some people. There's going to be, like, justice and balance, fairness, all that's good stuff here between, that's like the justice back there. And then there's 3 people here that you may have been at odds with each other a little bit, or there may have been tension in your life. All right, let's see. All right, see, tell me more about what's going on in Taurus life when it comes to the connecting their crown chakra and all these things here that we talked about, the angels. All right, so I see deception. So, you may be careful, Taurus, what you see on screen, like on TV and stuff like that. There's a lot of gossip. There's a lot of crap that's on TV that's bullshit, right? And yeah, a lot of it's supposed to be just entertainment. So, believing everything that is, believing all the hype on, see, the yellow card. That to me means hype, right? Happiness. But it's also a deceptive card. And all that will keep you in displaced energy. It'll keep you in stuck energy. So I feel like that's where the balance is coming in. Is you really, and this is also the card of the third eye. I feel like that's the balance is coming in. They're all really connecting and seeing eye to eye, as they say, eye to eye. Eye to eye. Never thought about it that way. Third eye. They say eye to eye, eye to eye, not eyes to eyes. They don't say eyes to eyes, right? When you're seeing eye to eye with someone here, you're going to see the deception that you see on TV is, like, not real, the fake happiness, you know what I mean? And I feel like that's going to help you to renew your energy. Beautiful. Like, you're going to realize that, self-love is very important. Nurturing yourself is very important. And, if there's, things that you like to do, then do that. Makes you happy, makes your inner child happy, do that. So, you maybe have service to people here, but you're also creating energy. You're in very creative energy right now. I think, yeah, we're going into a new moon in Taurus as well. So I feel like you're going to be very creative, Taurus, in your new moon energy. Impasse. So you're like in a fork. There's like a fork in the road in your life as well. Here we're gonna clarify. All right. You feeling like a little bit stuck, a little bit like you don't know which way to go. Um, but that's like you're coming out of that because there's going to be a balance between you and two other people here. And I feel like there's been a like that deception and that has kept you stuck, Taurus, is like believing something that isn't even real. You know what I mean? That's all just entertainment, right? And I feel like that has kept you a little bit stuck and a little bit isolated here. um but there's acceptance here, right? And then there's recovery. All right. So I feel like you've not been really talking a lot because this is the throat chakra card here as well, isolation. So I feel like you've not really been talking about like uh fully trust something, because that's sacral chakra. So you might want to go watch any of these readings. So you got the root chakra here, you got the sacral chakra, the solar plex chakra, right? And then you also got the throat chakra. So watch all of them. Third eye chakra, watch all of them. So I feel like there's like you're starting to accept things that you cannot change. Acceptance here. Acceptance. Nobody's perfect, right? And I feel like this is going to help you discover your heart again. Nobody's perfect, Taurus. Nobody. Only Jesus was. All right, see, what can we learn from this? What can Taurus learn from this? All right, what is this balance? What is balance here for Taurus? And then we're going to find out what deception led you to complacency and impasse. Okay, so we're going to ask that question for all three of them. So, like, also this here is your solar plex that recharges you, right? So, like, using your energy to watch things that are not real, fake happiness. That's that. We're gonna find out how you can come out of that energy, or how you are coming out of that energy, and really speaking about what you really want to do. And this is going to really, discover your heart. I feel like there's been a completion in your life as well, and you've been going through some grief here, but I feel like there will be expansion here. And there could be also work. You could be putting yourself to work here, workaholic, and you could be an artist as well for some of you. Let's see, what is balance talking about for Taurus? Peace. Balance brings you peace when everything is perfect. Everything, bills are paid. Laundry's done. Took did your cleansing, best, and all that. Exercise, sleep well, get exercise and food, all that. Everything is balanced in your life now. Like, everything is becoming peaceful. You're building your peace here. You're building your peaceful zone here, and that's what's bringing balance here between three people as well. This always reminds me of like a single mama, because that's a mother. That's like a woman and two like children. That's what always reminds me of. There's gonna be like fairness and balance and peace and everything in your life for that, when it comes to that. And you're gonna be living happily. Like, even you might be, for some of you, you may be buying a house, or because this reminds me of like buying a house, and you're planning on it, so you're already happy before you even get the key to the place. Living in the moment, right? Happy. That's the bottom of the deck here. 26. You could be 26. All right, let's see. What have you learned about this deception and complacency and impulsation? You've learned a deeper knowing. You've learned to connect to your higher. You've learned to really connect to your knowing, like your third eye, your knowing. So you've really learned to connect to your third eye and this in your yang energy, like what makes you happy, like what recharges your battery. Once you learn to know what recharges your energy, then you're not going to be in complacent energy, or not knowing where to go, or not trusting where you're going. Like, when we have no energy, then we don't really trust what we're going. Like, we have to like give our body, our spirit, our soul, our thoughts what they need, right, to succeed. So I feel like you're doing that. You're doing what makes you happy, and what and your wisdom. You're using your wisdom to be happy and create your own happiness. I remember I said there was creation, because you're discovering your heart again. after completion, after like an ending in your life. I don't need to show you the card, but it's it's a card of you. You may have buried, lost someone. But like I said, there's expansion, energy expansion, how it works. So you're learning how to be happy, how to create happy energy, how to create energy that gives you energy to do things, or motivation, and trusting that what you're doing is the right thing that you're doing. So how are you coming out of isolation and really talking about? Tell me about acceptance and isolation and recovery. All right, discovery. You're learning by the book. That's what you're doing. You're learning from like that elephant knowledge I was talking about, like maybe doing cleansing baths to really like zone into like your intuition. Like water helps me too. Like when I'm in the baths, I think about a lot of like things that I should be writing down or talking about. But you're going by the book. The card of 11 here as well. So you're following the ancestors' knowledge. So like wherever you are in this, that's what you've been doing while you isolated yourself, and you learn to accept the things that cannot change, right? And this is like, and you have learned to also like clear your energy when you need to, right? That is chop wood, right? So that seeing things differently. It's also seeing it from a different perspective here. That's the acceptance, I think. So tell me about discovering your heart again, because you're realizing that you have not finished something. There's unfinished business, unfinished symphony. There's maybe like a book that you need to write or a song that you need to write, right? Maybe you have a song inside you, right? That is ready to be born. A song that's ready to be born, because I see the piano there, and then I see an egg, right? That's like song ready to be born. And I feel like there's a roundabout. Something isn't over. Roundabout. Something's going to come around again for you, and it's going to help you discover your heart. So let me see. How are you discovering your heart again, Taurus? How are you discovering your heart when using your higher knowledge and doing what makes you happy, like what makes your like the masculine side of you happy, like the happiness and showing it, enjoying yourself. How are you discovering your heart again? By wow. But also like balancing your yin and yang energy, because Taurus is also a Venus sign. So you're also a feminine energy, whether you're male or female. You have more feminine energy in you than masculine, and so you're really also like really tapping into your masculine energy, which helps you to recharge your battery, like that Emperor energy, right? So this is like the Emperor and the Empress. But also we got poise. So you're learning how to be balanced in your life and really just enjoying your 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 spot, your platform, whatever. You may even have a platform. For some of you, you're enjoying, you're creating, and you're creating. I'm getting you because there's creation there. So you're discovering your heart because you're creating your happy spot, your balanced spot where you feel good. And there's something that's gonna grow where you thought nothing, nothing was gonna happen there anymore. It was dead and gone. Like something was, not gonna grow anymore. Like like a seed that goes dormant over the wintertime and it starts growing. Surprise, right? So there's regeneration. So you're gonna learn how to recharge your energy when you're feeling depleted, so that you can go the distance and win this race. And being more flexible, you know, that's also with your time, your energy, being more flexible, you know, being able to move when you need to. So that's what I see. I feel like you're gonna finish something here. You're gonna also like something is gonna come back to you, and this is how you're discovering your heart. And you may question some learning something here. This is the angel messages here. That's angels, like that's wings. So it reminds me of like the angel oracles or something like that, or angels, the archangels. Maybe you want to look into it, but you're just still questioning it. But you're learning to be more flexible. I see here, Taurus, and you may be having some dreams. So listen to your dreams. Write down your dreams as well. If you have some dreams, like It says time for a nap. And you know, and that's also how you're going to realize how to recharge your energy and all, like how to align your chakras, your yin and yang energy, right? By, what was I saying? Um, by learning and then teaching it to others. But what did I say? Recharge? I forget now. But anyways, it's not important. But yeah, that's your reading. I feel like you're really, like, you know, you're really getting ahead in your life here. There may have been some times where you were a little complacent because you know, believed the fake happiness. All right, that's what I got for you, Taurus. And always remember, go watch the angel messages. Always watch angel messages if you really want to be guided in the reading. Because that'll make a lot more sense when you watch the angel messages at the beginning of the reading. I always timestamp the angel messages at 01111. I mean, 11. 011. That's what I timestamp the angel messages at. I don't know that I say intro and angel messages because they're kind of like in the same, you know. Now we're going to do Geminis. All right, let's see what's going on in Geminis when it comes to the third eye. I said third eye. I meant crown chakra. Oh, mercy. So we have enlightenment, and this is like a really happy card too. Enlightenment. Then we have workaholic. This is also talks about artists and creating. This is, you know, painting, workaholic, Joe. Like, you know, you love your work. You may love your work. You may learn a lot from your work. Enlightenment. Gemini, I feel like you have felt like you've always needed to protect your energy. A lot of you have felt like you were very much alone, or you may have felt like immortal, like you just kept going, even when you couldn't. You just kept going anyway. You carried all the weight, you know, and you just protected your energy. So, let's see. But I feel like you're learning something. You're learning how to work smart, not hard, right? All right. You're learning to You're learning to do what you love instead of doing what you have to. All right. So we got recovery. All right. So like, you're learning that whatever you put in your, you know, whatever you are, you know, you may be an artist, whatever you're putting your energy into, I feel like it's helping you to recover. You may have been like, you know, spiritually attacked. I see that here because the third eye, that's the crown chakra. And then we got, you may have been putting yourself into work and not speaking about it. Like, this is also the throat chakra. You may have been doing a lot of art and stuff like that, but you have not spoke about it. But there is enlightenment here. That's the first card. You may have enlightened somebody, or somebody may have enlightened you on how to, like, you know, how made you realize how your work, what you're doing has helped you recover. And it's actually bringing in abundance for you. That's going to make you very happy, Gemini. But on the bottom of the deck, I feel like for a lot of you, Geminis, you feel like you have to do it all on your own, right? I feel like there's going to be, you know, somebody may wish they could help you more, but they feel like that you always, you don't need any help. Like, they see you all doing it by yourself, right? I feel like you're going to renew from this. You're going to have renewal. You're learning how to renew your energy as well, Geminis. But you could be dealing with someone younger. There's someone that they may have trust issues, and they may feel like you don't need any help. But they do make feel guilty here. That's what I see. But there's going to be a renewal from that. But there's abundance coming in from what you're doing. So let's just keep it there. Let's just keep it there. All right. I feel like some of that was for another set of Geminis, maybe. All right, see, what is enlightenment here? Enlightenment is about realizing that Something isn't finished. Something is unfinished. Unfinished symphony. Taurus got this card too. So you may have a song inside of you, that's waiting to be burst out of you. You may have this enlightenment, something that make you very happy. Something is like unfinished, and you're learning something that's going to make you very happy about this. That's something that is unfinished. Something that, so this could be anything that's unfinished. Like you may realize like how to do something. I'm going to use myself as an example because I'm a Gemini, and I recently, like, I should really like, I need to talk about this on this because it makes sense in this reading. So it's not just a song, and that's just like, what it shows me there because there's piano there and stuff like that. But like in real intuition, it could be talking about any project in your life because, like, the only thing that was stopping me from creating certain things that I love creating, and sewing and stuff like that, was me not knowing my sewing machine, me not understanding my sewing machine, and me getting to know my sewing machine and asking the angels to actually help me figure this out, energetically help me, right? Put my mind to the right spot and let me know what's going on, why I'm not getting this. And I was having a really hard time, and I have a hard time seeing, so I was having a really hard time threading them, right? And also I realized this sewing machine has a threader, and I also cleaned it out and stuff. So I got to know my sewing machine a little bit, okay? And I've been sewing like crazy. That's why I've been a little bit late in the readings too, because I've been sewing, I've been sewing and organizing my sewing stuff. Again, more sewing stuff. So I had put everything away for a while because I didn't want to touch it. And it was making me upset because I didn't think I was going to be able to finish, and I've been finishing things. So, because things are working out. So anyways, that's my little story about how I'm talking about, like, unfinished business, right? So treasures are coming in, Geminis, all right? Your treasures are coming in. So your work is paying off. So tell me about workaholic for Gemini and how tell me about this. This is all using your intuition, your higher self, You're connecting your higher self. So workaholic here, there needs to be some mending with somebody here. Maybe this could be about like working together with someone here. Mending, you got this mending card here. So it could be like a feminine in your life, another feminine. Truth be told, what you learned about love. So the wisdom, you have a lot of wisdom about love. Truth be told, take off the mask, and I feel like mending here. What are you mending here? Now this is how you're recovering. It's also like work. This could be a work friend as well. So, oh my gosh, they're sitting on bobbins. They're sitting on bobbins. Workaholic and bobbins. So this could be like, this could be a friend that likes to sew too, And maybe once you mend things with each other, you sew together. Gemini. I just saw the bobbins and the friends, you may have a close friend, and then this may help you to recover as well. They could be an artist too. Let's see. Tell me about recovery and abundance here for Gemini. And mending, so that you're not all doing it all by yourself. That could be the guilty party here. There could be somebody here, could be another, younger feminine here. They may want to help you, but they may feel guilty. And this is going to bring you renewal. All right? So, tell me about recovery and abundance for Gemini and mending. So, recovery and abundance, poise, like for some of you, you have a platform, you look really good, you're doing good, you're recovering, and you're gaining abundance in your life, and you're coming closer to love. You're ready to open your heart, tell the truth about your heart and how you feel, and be more loving. Become, not be so afraid of love. Here's 36 as well. 52, 36. What is the immortality card telling us here? Ooh. You're rebuilding, and you're doing it all on your own, Geminis. You're protecting your energy, and then you're doing it all on your own. But there is someone that wants to come in and help you. Excuse me. They may have a hard time speaking about it. So this is rebuilding. You're rebuilding. That's what. So you're kind of protecting your energy so that you can rebuild, and you're willing to do it alone, as long as you're protecting yourself. But you're not immortal, Gemini. All right. For some of you, you may feel like you always get left out, like she's wearing a wedding dress, right? Or like you may feel like an orphan here, but your intuition here brings you messages in a bottle that are very beautiful. You're getting messages in a bottle, Gemini. Tell me about why did I see that card, the 5 of. Okay. So I saw that card, like you have learned to like love yourself, love on yourself, to like come out of like that energy of like you can't do it anymore. Like nothing's working out, like you're coming out of that negative energy, like thinking too. This reminds me of like thinking that nothing's going to happen, because you tell you think your intuition was telling you that nothing was going to happen, but that's not what's happening here, because once you start loving on yourself and being more kind to yourself, things are regenerating in your life, and you're starting to take your power back, and you're also like going to win this race here. You're not giving up. You're winning this race. You're going the distance. You are going the distance. You're going the distance. All right, final message for Geminis. Changes are happening in your life. You may be moving. You may be moving house. Changes are in the wind. So you've been rebuilding yourself. Chaos and conflict. So that's where the 33 comes in. Look at that. 33. So even though, like, moving is always like, when you move, there's a lot of chaos and, there could be conflict too. If you have to work with others and they're not like, on point with you, whatever. Like if moving, that's a lot of big job, right? Like if you're moving house, changes are in the wind, but there may be some conflict and chaos that comes around again. Ooh, somebody may want to come and try you again, but, changes are happening for you. And you're using your intuition. Yes, you're using your intuition, you're calling in your soulmate, or that's what's happening in your life, all right, Geminis? And you're using your higher knowing. You're using crown chakra. Yeah, your soulmate, that's the only way that you can call them in, is if you connect it to your crown chakra. Truly. And your heart. You have to really be aligned in all your chakras to really call in your true soulmate. To be able to do that. You got to be aligned. You got to do the work. Can't just like wish for it and it to happen. You got to actually do the work that you're being guided to do. All right. Let's go to Cancers. Hello, hello. Hello, hello. I can't see the name, but welcome. I like your Mercedes symbol. That's a Mercedes symbol, right? Or is that Cadillac? Is it Mercedes or Cadillac? All right, let's go to Cancers. Cancerians. Krabby Patties. So for some of you are a little impatient, trying to reach the world. Maybe you're having a hard time reaching people. Maybe you're a YouTuber. I don't know. Maybe you're having a hard time reaching people, reaching the world. You're impatient. Tell me more. Maybe you're a speaker, because that's the blue card. So you may need the throat chakra reading. And if the general don't help you, you can always order one. All right, so you're feeling like a victim in love, Cancers. That's the heart chakra. So a victim, you're feeling victimized in love, but you're impatient. You're trying to speak the word. You feel like you're feeling like I don't know where that come from, but you're feeling very impatient, and you may feel like one is I'm just gonna say it. You feel like a nut trickery. Yeah. You may have felt like you were tricked in love. That's the heart chakra. It's like, go watch the heart chakra too, as well, after this. Cancers. So that's the green one. That's the heart chakra. And you may have felt, you may be a victim of love in the past. And maybe that's what's making you impatient right now. But I feel like there's going to be bittersweet. People are talking about you in love and you know, how you are loving on yourself. People are talking about it, all right? So there's could be also a birthday, you know, coming up that you might be celebrating, bittersweet. There's a cake there, or celebrating something in your life. Maybe you're celebrating an achievement in your life. You know, something that you may have been very impatient about, but has you reached your you've reached, you know, you've reached where you want to go. You've gone through, you know, being tricked and being a victim of love, and of that karmic love, right? And so there's bittersweet here, and I feel like this is also about speaking about it, because this is the throat chakra. So I feel like there is somebody that you're going to connect with, that you may have wanted to connect with, and maybe you're going to talk about like how to renew yourself. Like maybe you're just having fun with your girlfriends, and they call it gossip. Like, you know, when you talk about stuff, you know, in your life, they call it gossip, but I feel like that's you talking about loving energy. Like I feel like the gossip is very loving, because like she's got a heart right in the middle of her dress there, and you know, you may have friends that are a little skeptical, because like I feel like you're the one in the middle here, cancers, and I feel like you may have friends that are a little skeptical, and that may be where the bittersweet comes in. Maybe you talk to them, and maybe you don't always get, you know, get each other, but you know what? Sometimes we gotta accept it, ex, how do I say that? Agree to disagree. And I feel like, so you may be talking about like how people can renew their energy, right? How they can have a renewal, how they can, you know, grow new things, how they can grow things, and you know, people may be skeptical of it. But I feel like you are enlightening people, and I feel like your life is going to expand. Your energy is going to expand. So if where you've been patient, like that's also the blue card there. And so where you've been impatient, I feel like there's going to be a lot of speaking, a lot of connection here. Um, you know, you're going to renew your energy, ground yourself, make sure you're grounded. And I feel like the enlightenment that what will make you happy will come to you. All right, let's see. For cancers, what are you being impatient about? Oh, we got cards that already, like, some of my cards are not the right way. Let's fix these cards. All right, cancers. What are you being impatient about? What are you trying? What goals are you trying to reach here? What is this blue chakra card talking about? Like, what is in, impatience you're talking about for you? So this is divine timing, right? Because that's the 7 on there, and you know, allow yourself to feel your emotions. So allow yourself to feel the things that happened to you, the when you were victimized when it comes to love, when you were hurt, and when you were tricked, and you felt like you were tricked in love. I feel like feel that, and also but feel the love from heaven. Like, you know, I want to say that because there's a face in the sky, and allow yourself to feel your emotions. You're not going to drown in them. All right? Allow yourself to feel in them. I feel like that's going to help you with your patience, to be more patient, to be able to speak about it, right? Tell me about victim and trickery. Things will change for you. You may move. Some of you cancers, you may be moving. So things will change for you, okay? So this could be bittersweet. What is this? What are the changes that are happening here that are bittersweet, maybe? What's that talking about? What's bittersweet talking about? Bittersweet is that the changes that are happening are leading you to your soulmate. So that's bittersweet. So this bittersweet situation is leading you to your soulmate. Well, it could be a birthday party, it could be a birthday celebration, whatever that is leading you to your soulmate. And then let's see what are What are you talking about here? What are you and your friends talking about here? What's this gossip about love? Oh, you are talking about your new life, how you're loving yourself, how you're loving your new spiritual life. What you're doing is that's what you're talking about. Or people could be talking about you, Cancer. How you look so good in your spiritual life, you know? They could be gossiping about you. How good you look. How happy you are. Look at that, because you know how to renew yourself. You've enlightened yourself. You've come to enlightenment and you realize yeah, so there's mending here. Mending with someone. That somebody here has been overthinking this. So, always be grounded when you do this kind of stuff, when you're wanting to mend, apologize, or whatever to people. Make sure you're in positive energy that day, that even if that things don't go as you planned, that you could still, you know, uh, keep yourself together. All right. So let's see what is renewing here and being enlightened with the renewal. What's renewal talking about in enlightenment? That things are going to restart again, regenerate. And this is the time for growth is happening right now too. And I feel like you're going to be very blessed. You're going to be very blessed, Cancer. All right? So things are going to so your soulmate, you're calling in your soulmate, and this is going to be your new life here as well. So you're going to have a whole new life, your spiritual life, your soulmate. You're going to have it all here. I see this. And just remember to always, remember where things come from as well, and be fair. And I feel like you're going to be blessed. That's what I got for you, Cancer. Wow, I love reading with my wisdom cards. They teach us so much. And because today was teaching and learning day, that's what the angel here was, Archangel Zadkiel. And I thought that, I guess they thought that the wisdom card was the good cards to clarify instead of using tarot today. So yeah, there's also, yeah, there's a lot going on this month with the moon. So you guys are gonna get 2 full moon readings and 1 new moon reading in Taurus. So on the 16th will be the new moon in Taurus reading. On the 30th will be the blue moon. All right, let's see. Oh wait, today no, tomorrow the first is gonna be the wait. I'll have to look at it again. Yeah. Anyways, let's keep going. It's a little confusing when there's 2 full moons in 1 month. It's a little confusing. All right, let's go to Leos. All right, let's see. Tell me about Leos and their chakras. How are they doing? But when it comes to connecting their crown chakra, feeling it a little rejected. You realizing as well, like this fell in reverse. So you realizing that you're not really rejected. You may have felt like that, but that's because your energy may have been not grounded. You know what I mean? And look at that, perfectionist. And that's also the grounding energy. Like I just said before this card even came out, that you may have felt rejected in the past, and you realizing that you were never rejected, because you were just not grounded. You needed to see it from a different perception. It's all about how you perceive it, and so you may have felt rejected, but it was just the way you were receiving it, the energy, and which may have made you confused, right? May have left you confused. On the bottom of the deck, and there's guilt here, right? So that's like not trusting yourself. So you may feel upset with yourself that you didn't trust yourself, because you don't feel bad, because you know what, we are not born grounded all the time. All right, so life happens, shit happens in our life that forces us into like taking these steps to really ground our energy, be aware of our energy, know where it's coming from, all that stuff. Life forces us to tap into that and realize and figure it out. For me it did, you know. But let's see, Leos. So there's a bittersweet that came out, and then we got perception and vanity. So I don't know. Yeah, we'll keep them. There's been some completion, all grief. All right, that's what I see. They were kind of coming out. But there's a lot of wisdom on the bottom of the deck. A lot of things you're learning about, like love, compassion. Um, Also, we have bittersweet here. And you may have felt like a hard time. You may have felt vanity when it comes to like not being able to speak what you want to speak. May have not felt like you could speak what you wanted to speak. Nobody listened or whatever. Um, I get different things from this card all the time. And so, like, you know how those people are not paying attention to this person here? That's what I'm noticing here. They're all just like, having their drinks and sticking their nose up in the air, right? But you see things differently now. Perception. It's all about the perception. So you may have tried to perfect things, but try to be perfect, but that left you more confused. So there's bittersweet here. Leos. Let's see, what are you feeling rejected by that you're seeing from a different perception? All that glitter isn't gold. Yeah. Yep. And you're gonna get like a lot of messages in a bottle. I feel like you're getting a message in a bottle that's gonna like leave you not confused and help you to ground yourself more. Tell me about confusion and perception. It's all about how you see it. Like if you see something for what it's not, then you may feel rejected. So, like I said, I felt at the beginning that you left yourself out, that you rejected yourself. And it's all about how you perceived it. And that may have left you confused, right? That you were the one that was creating this energy. So let's see. Perception and confusion. What is this talking about? Two cards come out. So, perception, roundabout, confusion, overthinking. So, something that when you see things are perfectionist, which when you ground yourself, things will come around again. Like when you realize how that, okay, so this to me is a grounding card, and you don't have to be perfect, but make sure that you feel like you have enough, right? And I feel like things are going to come around for you again. And I feel like the confusion, it talks about like you overthinking, which can leave you confused, and you can create a whole thing that isn't even there, right? So the bittersweet here, what I'm getting is that it can rebuild. So don't overthink. You can rebuild, right? So let's talk about ah bittersweet, blessed. Okay, clear your energy. Make sure that when you connect to whoever this is, bittersweet situation, person, then you're going to be very blessed. But don't overthink it. Don't overthink it. Don't try to be perfect either. But make sure that your energy is clean. You have good intentions. That you know that you're a child of God and that you can go the distance. Right? This is going to help you to come out of vanity, right? Because chopped wood here. Chopped wood talks about like knowing where things come from and being fair. Hi, sweet baby. And then don't be afraid of love. Sweet. My, my little babies. Hi. Hi. You come to say hi? My sweet baby. My sweet babies. I love it when you guys come to say hi. Sitting here for 2 hours by yourself is a little boring sometimes, especially when there's not a lot of people chatting in the chat or with each other. You know. So I feel like you're gonna go the distance here, and when it talks to when you see things differently, you're not gonna feel lost anymore. When you see things differently from a different perception, you're gonna be wiser, and then you can guide others. So tell me about this, Leos. Tell me about vanity and perception. So when you perceive it from a different perception, when you see it differently, when you see it from a more higher ground, like up here, from a higher sight, like you're feeling from it, You know, your most holy side, okay? That's the most holy side. When you see it from the good side, like, um, you see things differently. And that's when change can happen for you. Could even move too. What is this wisdom? What's this wisdom is that you can have peace in knowing that you have loyal heart. You have someone that's loyal. And it's very wise. You can have peace knowing you can create your peace and have peace knowing that someone's loyal. Somebody could be a loyal friend. That could bring you a lot of happiness. Happiness and also helps you to meditate. Maybe you learn, you know, meditate your energy. Meditate to have like peaceful energy. All right, Leos, that's what I got for you. All right, the Leos. Let's go to. Hey, Crazy and June Treasure. Trishy, welcome back. And I don't see the other name. I don't know. I can't see the name, but I'm sorry. Hi. Hi, everybody. All right, let's go to Virgos. It's starting to get easier to do the 12 signs. Like I've been doing like the chakras like almost every day. And it's starting to get easier to do 12 signs in a row. Like for me, I'm a Gemini and I have ADHD and I cannot sit still for this long. So you guys need to come in here and entertain me, okay? Just with your energy to allow me to read better, more exciting energy. When there's more people in here, then I don't have to work so hard to tap into whoever's going to watch, my intentions so much. And then we can just have more fun. All right. I will celebrate this channel very soon. Well, I wanted to ask you guys all to, everybody has a few friends they can tell to come and subscribe to my channel. Because since it is 420 and today's was the last day of 420, I was just wondering if we could get my channel up more subscribers than I will be at 1420. Wouldn't that be cool? Anyways, I just thought of that. If you guys feel like, being generous and, having a few people of your friends or whatever subscribe to me so that we can get to 420, 1420. All right, let's go Virgos. Let's see what's going on with Virgos crown chakra. You're expanding, Virgos. I see positive things for you. Don't get deceived. Don't get sidetracked by deception. The fake happiness. Don't believe it. You already know how you can expand. Virgo, you're a very wise person, Virgo. LML. I've been doing good. Happy 420, Tushy. Let's see what else. Tell me more. We need to get together again. We need to do a live. Oh, you should come and do the live with me. And when I do my plants so for a whole day, like hang out on panel. We could do that. You should do that. I'm going to be doing it. So make sure you keep an eye for it. I'll send you a message, send you the link, but make sure you come on. So you got recovery coming in, Virgo. You got recovery coming in. Ooh, they flew up. Did you see it? They flew right onto the like that. Okay, so we have complacency. That could be the deception. So somebody could be a little complacent in their energy. Like, need to ground themselves more and don't believe all the hype on that you see, the fake hype. Right? You're going to recover from it, from the deception. So you are expanding. So that's the first thing, right? Don't get off track is what I'm going to say, you Virgo, because you are on the right track. And don't let deception derail you. Best way I can say that. That will, that will leave you feeling like you're all alone or you don't know where to go or how to get there, right? So right now you're in expansion energy. It was very good energy. And the card just before impasse is this one, recovery. So don't get stuck in complacent energy. Things can be not exactly like how you want it, but they can be bittersweet, right? So we're going to get into this, Virgo. And then we have recovery. You will recover from the fake happiness that you may have seen online. And you are expanding. And some, that's what I'm seeing. And below of you may have been stuck, you may have been of service to someone that may have kept you stuck, right? But you kept your faith, and then we got destiny after that. So you had kept your faith that you have a destiny, right? So that may have felt made you feel like you couldn't go anywhere for that moment, right? So you may be expanding right where you are. You know how some of the things that you hear out there, they say, some of the affirmations that you hear out there, they say like, um, how do they say? Grow where you are planted. Like grow where you are planted. Get your supplies of what you need and grow where you planted. Do what you do. Build something where you are. You know. So, let's see expansion. What is the energy expansion here? Your imagination. So you sharing, your ideas with others, expanding your energy that way by sharing your ideas of happiness and love as well for some of you. And what is this deception that you're recovering from, Virgos? What is the deception that you're recovering from? The fake news? The fake news. Deception that you're recovering from is no place like home. Changes in the wind. So you're gonna find your home, like the place that where you feel is your home. That's what I see, Virgo. Look at that. So what you've learned, how you are recovering from this is because you remember there's no place like home and what home feels like. So you may be getting some positive messages that make you very happy. But yeah, so how you overcome the deception that you see on TV, how you overcome and recover from it is by remembering that there's no place like home. And if you're not where you want to be, you will go where you want to be. You will be guided to go where you feel like is your home. All right. So what is this complacency talking about, and how can you come out of complacency and have bittersweet recovery by creating peace in your life, by creating the peace, okay. So we have creating your peace, like your home, what makes you feel like home, building your little nest, build your nest. This is going to help you to come out of complacent energy. And also you're going to be having to make a decision. Maybe you need to make a decision of to go somewhere here to create with someone. And this is going to help you to discover your heart by going to create with someone. But you may have a hard time making that decision, fork in the road. But I feel like it will come to you in a dream for some of you, Virgo. You will like write down your dreams. If you're dreaming, write down your dreams. It's going to help you make this decision to go and create and discover your heart again. And you're going to create this peaceful place here. That's going to help you to come out of complacency, feeling stuck. So nap time, and then we got the message. So okay, so nap time, which is like the dream state here, right? The dream state. And then I say there's a message that's going to come to you in your dream. And then I didn't even know that card was right below that. So I'm telling you, if it happens to somebody that's a Virgo, please leave it in the comments. Tell me if a dream, you got a message in your dream, all right? You don't have to tell me what the message is. You just tell me if you got a message in your dream and about creating and where to go and what choice to make in your life. And I feel like being flexible and using your crown chakra, using your deeper knowing. Where do you feel like is your tribe? Who do you feel like is the people that have your back? That is the place that no place like home. That's going to lead you to discover your heart again, your soulmates. That's what I got for you, Virgos. No place like home. Remember that. And also, if you get a message in your dreams, write it down and let me know in the comments if you got one about creating and where you need to go to create with someone. There's somebody that you want to go create with that's going to, yeah, this is beautiful, Virgo. Beautiful Virgo. So yeah, I'm finally with this channel. I'm finally starting to like gain a little bit of momentum. You know, every time I come live, there's usually one or two new subscribers, and I thank you so much for being here and becoming part of my soul tribe and learning with me. And I'm not smarter than you. And just know that I don't think I'm smarter than anybody else. We all have different knowledge and different wisdom and different life experiences. But we can all share it and we can all learn from it. And that's what I really truly believe. And I truly believe that that can help each other heal from pain, from sorrow, from all that stuff, like from heartbreak, from losses, you know, having having people that understand you, having people that also show you how to come out of that, that is beautiful. Show you the way. Yeah. All right. Let's go to Libras. Let's go to Libras. Tell me about Libras. And remember always the angel messages. That is the main message here is it's about teaching and learning, prioritizing what is best for us, and nurturing ourselves, nurturing our children, taking back our power. God, well, if we're a child of God, then take back your God-given power and intention, and in your intention, and making things happen because we speak things into being, and then out there and go. Make sure you go outside, connect with nature, and also use your deeper knowing. All right. Itchy nose, kiss the fool. Thanks for hitting that like button, everybody. So let's go to Libras. Let's see what's going on with Libras and their crown chakra. Okay, so many people had this card today already. The deception card. Don't believe everything, all the hype. You know, don't believe everything you see. You know, anything you guys want to know behind. Yeah, I'm so real behind the scenes. I'm like the most authentic person behind the scenes. I'm not totally not professional when I'm on my 420 channel. I'm just myself. So yeah, here I have to be a little bit more, you know, intentional and stuff like that. So yeah, everything is not always the way it seems. Like it's like hard work to get in this state every day, to put yourself in that good state every day. So don't be deceived by fate. Those people that make it look so easy. All right, that make happiness look so easy because it's not. All right, so itchy nose again. Kiss a fool. All right, Libra, maybe you're gonna be kissing a fool. You know they say fools fall in love, right? So maybe you'll be falling in love, Libra. Let's see. Tell me about Libra and that crown chakra. All right, we have trickery. It wanted to come out already, but I didn't want it to come out. It's like, you know, like you may have believed something like, you know, online and stuff like that made you believe in something that tricked you, you know, when it comes to love, right? Somebody may have tricked you and made something look really good, and then it really wasn't what it was, and then you were tricked, right? But I feel like you're learning to trust that being of service to others will help you to learn to trust yourself more, and also um okay. All right, Libras. I feel like the deception here is also that you may feel like somebody doesn't believe you too. Like you may talk about it, like and they may think that you're just gossiping. I had to stop when I saw this card here, because this is also like you got tricked and then you're being of service, and you may talk to somebody about like your heart and stuff like that, like how, you know, how you were tricked in love and stuff like that. And the people you're telling, you may feel like they're skeptic, they don't really believe you, right? They don't really believe you. But I feel like it's just that you really try to reach people, but it's about your like being more patient with yourself, and and don't give up, you know, persevere, and then you will perfect it, right? You will get it perfected, whatever you're working on. Listen to your instinct, Libra. Listen to your instinct. Your instinct's going to bring you enlightenment, Libra. Like a lot of enlightenment that will help you. That'll help you to be more happy. Um, let's see. I want to put these cards down. And so I feel like this is all helping you to really connect with your crown chakra, because I don't see the crown chakra here yet, but I do see, like that you see the things that are deceiving, and that may not be real. Like people have fake love online or whatever, like on the internet they make their love look so fantastic, fairy tale like, but really it's not, right? So I feel like for a lot of you, you are trusting being there for someone, or someone's being there for you and of service. And I feel like you're learning to trust. You're learning to be there for others, and that makes you feel good, and it helps you to learn to trust again after being tricked in love. And also, like, if you feel like people don't believe you, that I feel like that you just need more patience, and know that there's someone that would never give up on you. And so, like, make sure that you ground it. So make sure that you trust that the person that would not give up on you, that you can trust them. And I feel like if you're having a hard time reaching someone, or say maybe someone's feeling like they're having a hard time reaching you, um, go with your instincts and see things from a different perception. Perfection. Oh, so perfection. So see the enlightenment. Okay. We got to get into the wisdom cards to learn about more about this. So I see. So look at this. But like soulmate energy here, enlightened about soulmate energy, and I feel like the thing that you're realizing, that you're leaving yourself like stuck. Like you need to have faith. You need to have faith in the Most High, because that's the faith card there, and that's the first time I saw. That is the first time I saw the crown chakra come out. The faith card. There's some confusing energy here. Like I feel like you have like skeptical people around you, or maybe you're skeptical of love. Maybe it's you that's skeptical of love, and you're impatient, and perseverance is here, and perfection. So trust that you will perfect something here, and that you will be able to connect to your instincts and get the enlightenment that you need to call in your soulmate. All right? Don't go back into complacent energy. Have faith. All right, Libras? So it's all about teaching and learning. Nobody knows it all. Nobody's a know-it-all. Nobody. All right, see, what is the deceptive trickery here for Libras? I like to get into the wisdom. I love these cards. They tell you so much. Deceptive trickery may have left you out of stuff, or, things that you believed may have left you felt, oh, I can't speak. Maybe you're having a hard time speaking what you want. You felt left out. Something something that wasn't even, it was really not real anyway. So that was, why is the 5 here? Why is the orphan here? For trickery and deception. You are never alone, Libra. You're never alone. There's somebody that loves you all the time. You're never alone. Feel your emotions. I feel like you felt very left out, but I feel like you need to really feel your emotions, Libra, because you are a Venus sign. You are a sign of Venus. And feel your emotions, so that way you don't get tricked, and you don't believe the hype of like something that is not real. So really feel your emotions. Go to see, really dive into your deep spiritual emotions. What do you feel about it? Why are you feeling left out of love and happiness? Tell me about why Libra feels tricked and deceived when it comes to love and happiness. Going the distance. You will get there. You will get there. You already have the soulmate card came out, right? You will get there, but don't leave yourself in displaced energy. Don't get stuck in like negative thoughts. That's complacency. Like negative thoughts as lack of self-worth, you know. All right, so what is tell me about service here for Libra. What is that card talking about? The trusting, the sacral chakra here. What is service, sacral chakra? So, to be able to trust your energy, to trust the steps you're taking, you really have to make sure that your energy is clear. And what I mean by that is like, feel your emotions, and this is going to help you to win the race or go the distance. But feel your emotions so that way, if someone's projecting their emotions or their thoughts on you, you will know the difference, right? So trust that. So maybe you're of service to someone, maybe you're of service to people, or like maybe there's a lot of people around you. Make sure you cleanse yourself, or do cleansing baths, or do smudges, say prayers over yourself in your home, right? So that you can trust yourself, that you can trust that things aren't, you know that you don't think something is gossip. What's the gossip about love talk about? Leg up. Ooh, leg up. Changes are in the wind. Higher power. We are not always in control, right? If we belong to the Creator, if we are a child of God, then we're not always behind the wheel. Sometimes He takes the wheel from us because He loves us. If you believe in Him, you shall receive. All right. So I feel like you are listening to your higher power. There's going to be maybe you're moving here. There's a leg up here. There may be someone that come and helps you out. You know. So I said, what do you don't believe? Like there's something that I feel like you're skeptical about because the gossip card, but these people look skeptical, right? So maybe someone's talking about something here that would make you happy, and maybe you're talking about something that would make you happy or something that would bring love, and I don't know, and then somebody's somebody's skeptical about it, but I feel like there is someone here a leg up, so you could use some help or somebody could use your help, and I feel this is going to bring changes in the wind, but stay connected to the divine, stay connected to the Most High, and there's changes in your life coming up here. There's also a leg up, so somebody may come and help you. So trust your higher knowing, your connection to God, like the Creator, the God, the only one and only. All right, see, what have you been impatient about, but you keep on persevering and you're learning to perfect it? Serendipity. So you've been waiting for your lucky day, your lucky strike. You've been waiting for that lucky strike, and you haven't given up yet. You've been learning to perfect whatever you're doing. You're perfecting it. You're perfecting your fruits of your labor, you know? And I feel like you're going by your instincts, and this is bringing you a lot of enlightenment, or you may be, calling in your soulmate. So, and the card below that is the complacent energy. Don't allow yourself to go to complacent energy. Stay in your faith. Destiny's the next card. Seriously, you have instinct, you have destiny, you got serendipity is what you're impatient about, but your lucky day is coming. Just don't give up. Persevere. Listen to your instincts. What is your instincts going to tell you? Listen to them. Let's see. What is your instincts going to tell you that are going to bring you enlightenment about your soulmate? What is your instincts going to tell you if you don't give up? That they're going to lead you to your soulmate. Your instincts are going to tell you there's going to be brighter days, okay? And that is going to be the truth. Serendipity is like your lucky day. It's coming. There's going to be a brighter day for you, Libras, all right? That's going to lead you. Maybe you're going off on a trip. Time to go. Maybe this is that move. Maybe you're maybe you're going on a trip. And maybe you're overthinking it. And maybe you feel like something is not for you, right? But listen to your instincts. Something is fated. Something is the fates. The fates are in control. Like the stars are aligning for you. Everything's gonna happen for you. Good things are gonna happen for you. Yeah, you're gonna walk into happiness. You're gonna you may have been in between worlds, like in displaced energy, right? So how are you calling in your soulmate? Because I saw that there. What is the enlightenment that you're getting about your soulmate coming in? Or are you going? So if there's 33, 33, and it's, maybe, somebody here still had to shed some of their old skin, right? It's like the snake has to shed their skin. We just had a snake year a couple of years ago, right? We're in the horse year. So that horse is gonna sheds its skin and take off because we're in the horse year. 33 is a very divine number too. Be flexible. So your instincts telling you to be flexible. There's going to be chaos and conflict, or just maybe or you overthinking it, right? All right. So is there going to be chaos and conflict? What is 33 talking about here? What is chaos and conflict talking about? No, there's going to be mending here. No conflict, just mending, okay? So don't be afraid, Libras, all right? Be your happy self and bring your happiness with you when you come. And that I feel like that's what the people feeling like that are connecting with Libra here and mending the fences, They'd be happy to see you. So don't overthink it. Don't overthink and think that's going to be chaos and conflict. So this could be changes, This could be movement, leg up. These are all beautiful messages. Stay connected to the Most High, divine. Libras, all right. There's a lot about the 33 tonight because I've said that at the beginning of the reading because tonight when I was getting ready for the reading, I saw 1133 and I also saw 444 and there was also what was the other one? 1155 was the other one I saw. All right, now we're gonna go to Scorpio. Let me have a sip of my coffee. Let's try it. Not bad. It's cold, but it's not bad. Letters. Gotta go to bed. All right. Have a good night. Thanks for being here, loves. Thank you. Thank you. All right, Libras. Let's see where you are in your crown chakra. Man, you discovering your heart again, Lee. They say Libras. I meant Scorpios. But yeah, I think Scorpios are discovering their heart again. Yeah, there's going to be some forgiveness here too. And prayers. Prayers being answered for you, Scorpio. That's what I'm seeing so far. Let's just call that a pre-shuffle because I said I called you guys Libras, all right? And I just finished Libras. So Scorpios, what's going on with your crown chakra? Are you connecting to your alignment, the full alignment? The pre-shuffle, I like the pre-shuffle energy better, Scorpio. You're not connecting to your Most High. If you are going to self-sabotage yourself, because I saw a card of discovering love, discovering your heart again, right? And then you're gonna go and tell yourself, oh, they're just gonna trick me, and then you're gonna be stuck in complacent energy. If you haven't healed, you gotta heal. What you gotta get aligned. Watch all my chakra readings. It'll help you. If you're falling in love right now, make sure you watch the chakra readings, all of them. See, the crown chakra is the final chakra, and it connects to all the chakras, and that's why all those cards are coming out. These are chakra cards, so that's why all the cards are coming out. So where your area of because all of, like, everything is connected to the Most High, right? Everything. And so because this is the root chakra, right? So if you feel like displaced energy or whatever, you make sure that you do, you're good. Do that self love, all right? So you don't get tricked in love. So you don't fall for the trickery of love, all right? So that you can tap into your, like, higher knowing about somebody. So you can see the red flags, basically, okay? So you're just working hard, and maybe you're an artist as well. You're workaholic. You work a lot. You work a lot. You have a lot of passion for people, and you always feel like you always have to do everything alone. You feel like you're the one that only has to do it. Like, if I don't do it, nobody. Like, if you want it done right, you got to do it yourself, kind of thing. Is what I'm getting. But you also, like, feel like you have to protect your energy. But you do carry the weight a lot, all the weight. But maybe you feel like that balances you out, but I feel like that leaves you in displaced energy. You do have a lot of compassion for someone here. Um, you do work hard, Scorpio, but I feel like you are calling in your soulmate, and you will get enlightenment about that. So make sure that you ground yourself and balance yourself out, and the people in your life, so that you can trust the love that's coming into your life, the soulmate that you're calling in, right? All right, Scorpio. Let's see. What are you feeling tricked, or what is this complacent energy here, and trickery? Excuse me. Okay, so observing here, and we also have going by the book 11, and we have observing. So learn from the, generations before you that are, like, on the right path in their life, that are the knowledge, wisdom, that have the knowledge, wisdom. So don't leave yourself stuck, and don't get stuck in old patterns and old beliefs that don't even serve us anymore. Um, so we have going by the book. So it's also the elephants, and learn from it. Observe. So, like, learn so that you can make the right decision. Observe the wisdom from the book. Observe it. Learn about it. Learning about how to ground yourself, and so that you're not tricked, and learn to guide yourself in the right direction, so that that you can make a decision, the right decision in your life. What is workaholic talking about for Scorpio? There may be exchanging gifts. You may even have, like, somebody may give you some toys for your kitty cat or something like that. So I feel like there could be a workplace, somebody from your workplace or something like that. You could be exchanging gifts with someone at work, or you could be making gifts as well, living in the moment, living in the now. Tell me more about exchanging gifts and workaholic. So maybe you need to buy yourself a little gift. Truth be told, so about what you know about love, and you also, like, what it showed me, that you were tricked, and it left you in this complacent energy. So you have already seen all that glitter isn't gold, right? So you know the truth about love and wisdom, and it's saying allow yourself to feel your emotions, because you're very compassionate, and you know all that glitter isn't gold. You know that divine, you know, you have going the distance here. You're willing to go the distance here because you have the compassion to go the distance and allow yourself to feel too. So what is compassion and immortality talks about? Something's going to come around again for you. So if you felt like you were you had to do everything alone, um, and compassion, so something is going to come around again for you. You're overthinking something here. There's someone here that wants to create with you. And again, double soulmate. 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 Enlightenment. Your soulmate, I just want to say you could be someone that's trying to do everything perfect. What is immortality talking about for Scorpio? That literally friggin' hit that. Loyal heart. So you have somebody that could help you. You're not immortal. So you do have somebody that is loyal that would help you if you need help, you know? You don't need to carry all the weight by yourself, all right? So again, this card come out again, and that talks about really allowing yourself to really feel your emotions. What are you really feeling? And then you can go to distance. And you don't need to do this alone. All right? So you're going to get that enlightenment. All right, tell me about the soulmate and the enlightenment. So we got happy. So the soulmate was a double card. So you already have the soulmate and you don't overthink it, you know. Okay, fix myself here. Ow. Oh, Charlie horse my foot. So, okay, so you have loyal hearts. You also have the soulmate double confirmation from two different decks, Scorpio. And you also have a tribe of people that get you. You know, they may be all different people from different walks of life, right? Even maybe connecting to TikTok. I don't know. There's TikTok here, right? So it may be time right now. That may be your time right now. Your time, no place like home. So you have found your tribe. You have found the tribe, Scorpio. That's what I see. Beautiful. And these are general readings. Can you imagine what your personal reading would be like with me? It would be super amazing. But yeah, I do have to do one personal reading for someone here. Actually, two personal readings, maybe two personal readings, but at least one for my long-term member already. And I'm going to do a reading for her here soon. But yeah, if anybody wants to order a reading, you can still do that. Everything is in the description. I did pin the PayPal and email in the description and in the chat, but I think I did put the prices and stuff too, but I don't think they stayed because you can't pin all of it. It's too much. All right, let's go to Sagittarius. All right, let's see how is Sagittarius, what's going on with Sagittarius crown chakra, and how are they doing with all their chakras? A crown chakra, you're doing good. You're accepting the things you cannot change, Saggies. So I'm getting hot. Hot. I washed my hair yesterday. It's really good today. It's really light. Alright, so Saggies, you are accepting the things you cannot change. You could also be, what I'm saying is you could also be perfecting something. Insecurity. So you're accepting things you cannot change, but you still have your heart shut off from people because you're still afraid of your heart. Why you're afraid. You may, for some of you, you may feel like ignored by your parent, or your child may feel ignored by you because you have an insecure heart, like you're insecure with your heart. You're not grounded when it comes to your heart. So whether you're male or female, it doesn't matter. But there could be somebody that feels ignored by you, and I feel like you're learning to accept the things that you cannot change. Right? We cannot do everything. Okay. We're powerful beings, but without the Creator, we can't do anything. Nothing, right? All right. Anything else for Saggies when it comes to the crown chakra? Abundance is coming in for you, okay? So abundance is coming in. And also, I feel like you will work this out, your insecurity. Uh, Also talks about workaholic. So work may help you to work on your insecurity and not feel ignored. And it's going to bring in abundance, also acceptance, but also like I feel like you're going to work it out. Learning to accept the things you cannot change. I feel like you're going to work it out because it fell over there. But at work, you're going to be abundant at work because at work you're going to be very abundant. And I feel like spiritually though you do feel ignored by your parent, or you may be the parent, your child may be feeling ignored spiritually because you may have insecurities, not be really open with your heart with your child. Um, Vanity on the bottom of the deck is vanity, Saggies. So you may get that aha moment that you may have been, following the wrong crowd, right? And it may have caused you to ignore your child, or your child may have felt ignored, but you didn't do it purposely, obviously. But you just didn't want to be around your child with a broken heart, or, insecurity and stuff like that, right? And so you may have been in places where you may not even really belong to, right? And you get that enlightenment, right? That you may get that enlightenment that the reason you get tricked and hear things is because, and get tricked in your heart is because you surround yourself with the wrong people, and you're seeing things from a different perception. And I feel like this is going to bring balance into your life and justice into your life. Also, abundance is coming into your life. Remember the angels, you know what to do. Take back your power. Nurture yourself. Teaching and learning. All right, we have accepting. Okay, so when gifts come in, when you treasure, when your blessings come in, Saggies, accept them. When your dreams come in, accept them. Don't be insecure with your heart when something, accept it. That's also acceptance. When someone wants to love you, accept it. When you're feeling love and energy from the other side, accept that too, right? Accept the treasure that comes in, the blessings. That's loving blessings. That could be your wish coming true. Well, how can you become more secure when it comes to your heart and trust your heart more? Remember that not everything that glitters is gold, right? Remember that, so that may have left like I see that vanity card, that may have left your heart insecure, right? Because you believed something that wasn't really there. Like you believe something, all that glitter, and then it wasn't. That made you insecure about your heart, made you insecure, not believe things, and left you thinking, overthinking. And you may have been like somebody, like you may be this person that feels very stressed out because this is a mother that's very stressed out, right? And the child thinks the world of you, right? So, tell me about despondent. There's unfinished business here. Unfinished song, unfinished. There's something unfinished between you and your child. Your child thinks the world of you too. There's a vine wrapped around you in the world, and in your child, like your child is there. There's like connection, you know? And unfinished business, unfinished symphony. Bottom of the deck, truth be told. Gift exchange. So, maybe maybe talk to your child about, like, maybe open up, and this is going to help you heal your insecurity too. Talk to your child about, like, all that glitter isn't gold, and how you may have been tricked when it comes to love, and you believed something and then it wasn't. And um tell your child about what you learned about love as well. And it could be also maybe buy them a gift if you've been ignoring them, or buy them something that will help them maybe finish a song, or write a song, or create something they wanted, um, hatch that egg. All right, so what is the abundance that is workaholic in abundance? What is that talking about for Saggies? Open up your heart too, Saggies. Open up your heart. Be wise and open up your heart. Don't be a fool in love, but be wise and open up your heart. See abundance and workaholic. What is abundance and work here? Workaholic. I think you're overthinking something here, and it's all about how you perceive blessings and abundance. It's all about you. If you don't, you've seen past the glitter. You've seen that all that glitter isn't always gold, right? And so you are observing here, but I feel like you're overthinking. You're overthinking about this abundance, and you I think you're working too hard, because it said workaholic, right? And I asked about that, and I feel like you are observing abundance and how you can get them, and how you can have your divine emotions, feel divinely safe in your emotions, feel like you're in calm waters. And that's the card of 7 here as well. I feel like you're observing how you can have peaceful money, not like greed, not like vanity, not like the things that you may think you want but you don't. You know what I mean? Those things. So serendipity. All right. How will you stay out of the vanity energy and really go after your blessings and not worry so much? Or allow your blessings to come in. Be open to the blessings. How can you be more open to the blessings? So, how can you come out of vanity? By creating your own life, creating your own happy platform, your spiritual platform, even for some of you Saggies. You could be very spiritual because you're a Saggy, right? You're the peacemaker as well. And how can how can you um, how can you not overwork yourself? Um, we got the Five of Pentacles. Five of Pentacles. We got the Orphan card. You're not alone. All right. So you may feel like you have to work so hard because we got disconnected for a minute. So you have to feel like you might have to feel like you have to work really hard. But I feel like you feel like you're alone, but you're not. Okay. So this new life, this new spiritual life, is going to help you really feel free. All right. So really be open to your spirit, and to go. Maybe go on a trip. Maybe go to a place that makes you feel like home. No place like home. So also, you may get a message in your dream. There may be a message in your dream. The Creator speaks to us in our dreams, right? So higher power. So nap time. Make sure you listen to your dreams, where you're guided to no place like home. All right, and come out of the darkness and come into the light. Right. Live like you already have it. Live in the moment. That's what I got for you, Saggy. Next, we're going to go to Capricorns. Capricorns. So, I feel like you could have a really spiritual, good life as Saggies, all right? Because you are the peacemaker, the temperance, right? Like chocolate has to be tempered to be perfect chocolate, right? That reminds me of the temperance, right? Tempering chocolate. Alrighty. Can we get another like? We got 9 likes, and we got 3 more signs to go. We got Capricorn, Aquarius, and Pisces to go. Alright, let's see for Capricorns. How are you doing with your crown chakra? Alright, you've been very learning to trust that you're guided in the right directions. You may be guided to be passionate, having compassion for someone here. You may be reading for someone here, reading stories, for an elder here. You may feel like you're doing the trusting yourself, and this what I'm seeing is like you having compassion for someone where you may have felt guilty in the past, right? Like you may have felt guilt for not helping your mother more or whatever. You may be there for your grandmother more now. Like you may be there for your grandmother, right? So I see that like you may feel guilty, like you could have helped your mom more, but like, at least now you're being passionate and being there for someone, right? That's what I'm seeing here for you, Capricorn. You're not immortal, and you will recover from this, all right, Capricorn? All right, let's see, what else for Capricorn? You don't have to do it all on your own, Capricorns. Thanks for hitting that like button. I appreciate you guys. Thanks for subscribing, becoming part of my tribe. I love it. I love it. I love to grow and have more positive energy and beautiful energy and more growth in this channel and also within everybody. So the energy that you bring to the channel, that is what I read. And if that inspires what I read, your energy, and if you makes you more aware of your energy, I feel like that's going to be beautiful. It's going to be a beautiful tribe. I love my tribe. So perception, perfection, perfectionist. So you maybe if somebody tries to perfect something here, but you will be enlightened here of how to be happy and how to recover from your heart. If you feel in guilt, like how to let go of guilt and be forgiving yourself for, the things you may have done or not done. Forgive yourself. All right? Nobody's perfect, all right? You may try to perfect something here, but you may get that enlightenment that nobody's perfect, Capricorn, all right? Nobody's perfect. I'll just make sure that you're grounded and you trust that you can trust yourself, right? And that you can receive positive messages and discover your heart again. Never stop dancing, right? Your destiny's just around the corner, Capricorns. Destiny, destiny. Let's have a sip of my cold coffee. Let's try it. It's okay. It's okay. All right, Capricorn. Let's see what is compassion about for Capricorns when it comes to their crown chakra. Also, I do see that there's going to be a balance here. And that is your crown chakra. You connecting to your higher self. And there's going to be fairness and balance between three people here. There could have been also some grief here, but there's destiny coming in. Destined. Something is destined. And you're discovering your heart. Let's see passion. What is passion talking about? For Capricorns. Passion. What is passion talking about for Capricorns? Passion and guilt. What is this? Oh, I knew they were connected. I knew they were connected. So, nap time and unfinished business. Passion, guilt, and unfinished business, unfinished symphony. So, like I said, maybe because you're being here, you're like the grandchild, right? And there's like the grandmother. And this is here your mother, let's say. And that's you right there. You may feel guilty for not helping your mother more, but in turn, how I said they were connected. You may be helping your grandmother now, and you may be there for your grandmother, read for her, whatever, right? But I feel like this is the unfinished business here, the unfinished song. You know, no place like home. No place like home. So treasure, Arlen. Treasure, your wish is coming in. You're going to be very happy. You're going to feel like a star. But you also know that all that glitter isn't gold. But you love gifts. I see there's gifts coming in. There's gifts coming in. We're going to kind of put that card behind because I feel like all that glitter isn't gold. And if you don't know that yet, I feel like you do. You will. And I feel like there's a lot of like things that you're going to gain from this unfinished business that you're doing here. And there's also going to be gifts exchanged. And it's going to make you feel like home. What's better than that? And I feel like for a lot of you Capricorns, you may have like chased money in the past and you realize that all that glitter isn't really what you even wanted. So also when you're feeling grumpy, have a nap. You know, like if there's chaos, 33 as well, if there's chaos, go have a nap, you know, so that you can have the enlightenment, you know, that nobody needs to be perfect, right? And you will come out of the darkness. You may be going through grief, or somebody around you may be going through grief, right? But, you know, you will see the light again. Let's see. What is perfection here for Capricorns when it comes to the crown chakra and the enlightenment? All right. You're going to learn from your tribe that nobody's perfect, Capricorn. You know why? Because they're all going to be different. You know, it's going to be like here, and this is how different the people in your tribe are going to be as well. For some of you, they're going to be animals, okay? They're not even going to be people. But nobody's perfect. That's what you're going to see. Like there's birds here, there's giraffe. They're all together, but they are so different. And how can they all be together and be a tribe? So they're not perfect, so you don't have to be perfect, right? So you don't have to perfect anything to be grounded. You don't have to be perfect to be grounded. Be yourself. And be in positive energy. See, there's like salt and pepper, right? Be, you know, be yin and yang, you know, be the balance of the yin and yang. There's happy enlightenment here. You're going to learn a lot that's going to give you a lot of enlightenment from your tribe. That you're going to realize that nobody's perfect. And this is going to help you to really discover your heart again and know that you have a destiny and there's going to be a destiny and there's going to be balance. How are you discovering your heart again, Capricorns? By really feeling your emotions, by allowing your heart to feel your heart, allow yourself to feel your heart. How are you going to your destiny and balancing in your life when it comes to spiritual life as well? You may be still questioning that. You may be looking into the archangels to allow them to guide you to balance in your life. You may look to advice from the archangels, which we do in every reading. You may learn something about them. Flexibility. So it's about the balance and into your destiny, and it's all about flexibility and a deeper knowing. So you know, it doesn't hurt to learn things. You don't have to conform to anything that you're learning. If you're learning and educating yourself, you're just aware. You're enlightening yourself, or you're enlightening yourself, right? So let's say you want to learn about tarot. You can learn about it. If you don't do any predictions for people, then you're not doing anything wrong. You're learning, you know. And if you use them as tools and not as like predicting, but also just like using them as, you know, like words that you need in the reading as tools, like I said, then how, you know, it's a tool. But anyways, I don't know why that came up about enlightenment. So maybe it's because you're questioning why you should read something. And like just because you read it doesn't mean you're conforming to it. That was the whole point. Just because you're reading something doesn't mean you're going to be that you're that, you know, now. That now you're that. So just you're going to have deeper knowing. That's all that's going to happen when you learn. And then you're going to have mending fences here with someone. That's what I got for you, Capricorns. It's all for the good. The highest good of all. Always and forever on this channel is for the highest good of all. Highest and best good for all. So now we're going to go to our Aquarius. You know, like I was so cocky earlier. I was like, oh yeah, maybe I'll do a full moon reading after this, right? And I don't think so. 2 hours is enough for me. About 2 hours around that time is enough for me to do readings that much, like that long in the one spot. I need a break after that, and it is pretty late, so I'm going to do it tomorrow. I'm going to get some sleep tonight. I didn't sleep last night, so I slept during the morning, so I just want to actually be up in the morning, so I will be going to bed after this probably So let's go to Aquarius. All right, see what have Aquarius been doing to get to their all through all their chakras. What is the work that you've been doing to get all your chakras working properly? It's like a car. If it doesn't have oil or gasoline, it won't work properly, right? So, destiny, you've been working on, what is destined for you? What is yours, your destiny? You've been working on that, figuring that out. And bittersweet here. So, you may have felt when it comes to communicating things, you may have felt like you had a hard time communicating with people. But there's going to be bittersweet. You're going to be able to speak about whatever this bittersweetness is. Tell me a little bit more about Aquarius and their crown chakra. Balance. You will have balance. All right. This is divine balance. There's going to be balance. Everything will be fair in the end here. Instinct. Listen to your instinct. That's what you've been doing as well, as listening to your instincts. You may have been bringing balance between, you may have been part of bringing balance to someone here, or someone you're involved in this balance. Something is balancing out in your life, Aquarius, between you and two other people. Something is being fair and something is instinctual. You're listening to your instincts. You're learning about mysticism. You're learning about your spirit, your soul. So I feel like, Aquarius, you're still insecure with your heart, but miracles will happen. Believe in miracles, self-worth. You're gonna look back, and you're gonna look at your past self, and you're gonna look at your new self and be like, you learned self-worth through the spirituality. When you walked into spirituality, when you walked into mysticism, you may have been insecure in your heart, right? But then the miracles are happening, that you're learning to love yourself. And when you start to learn to love yourself, and you love your spirit that your body lives in, when you start to give that love to your spirit, where your body lives in, which is your body, that's when you start to see the miracles. Yeah. You're learning self-worth. And you feel like it's a miracle that you healed, your heart healed, your insecurity. You feel like it's a miracle that you healed your insecurity. Something was destined, bittersweet. You may have a birthday, a friend or whatever. They may have a birthday coming up, and there could be a celebration, but it's bittersweet. Something was destined here. Vanity. You may not feel like you can't speak to certain people, but there will be a balance when it comes to that. And this is a divine balance. You going by your instincts. You're listening to your instincts, and you are following your spiritual path. And I feel like when you walked into it, you were very insecure about your heart, and because you were ungrounded. And I feel like now miracles are happening for you because you learned to love yourself, Aquarius. You learned to put that love into yourself. Put in love into yourself. All right, let's see. Destiny. What is Destiny talking about? Bittersweet here for our beautiful Aquariuses. What is Destiny talking about? Our beautiful Aquarius is here. Destiny and bittersweet. Are they connected? Wow. So you've come closer to love. You have come closer to love. And you may have felt left out in the past. Like you may have felt like an orphan, but you may be an orphan. You may have felt like left out in the past, but you've come closer to love. And like this is helping you into your insecure heart that you may have had. And there's a leg up here. You may have helped someone here. And this could be that bittersweet situation. Bittersweet situation here. The destined, something was destined. Maybe something was destined that happened. and somebody may have felt like they were left out, or they felt like poverty or something like that, and you helped them out. You helped them out. This helped you to get closer to, not being so afraid of your heart anymore, not being so afraid of people anymore. This has helped you. So how has this helped you to come closer to the edge when it comes to how you overcome vanity? How have you overcome vanity and gain balance? How have you overcome vanity and gain balance and listening to your instincts, Aquarius? How have you overcome vanity, and how is your life balanced out by you listening to your instincts? How have you overcome balance? How have you overcome vanity? Let's do one card at a time. How have you overcome vanity, Aquarius? By being more flexible. But when things happen, and also about like allowing your treasures to come to you, like come in, and being more flexible about it. So you have grown from, this not feeling accepted by like vanity, not feeling like you belong, to being more flexible with people. Let's see, what's flexibility have to do with vanity? What does this have to do with vanity? What does flexibility have to do with vanity? You've been using, didn't let a card fall down? You've been using your higher power. You've been using your intuition, your crown chakra, your third eye. You've been using your third eye more. So that is what I feel like has allowed you to be more balanced in your life. Not balanced, flexibility in your life. More flexible. Has allowed you to be more flexible by really connecting to knowing where you're going. Knowing where you're going, yeah. Not feeling lost, knowing where you're going. To connect to your third eye has brought you a lot of peace in your life. There's also the 4 here, talking about peace. And what is balance? How have you gained your balance in your life with these people? And by listening to your instincts and following your mysticism interests. You're very blessed. You're very blessed. Tell me more about instinct. So your instinct and the balance in your instinct is that you're getting a message. That you're very blessed, but you're getting also a message about creating something with someone here. You're very blessed. So balance, instinct, in mysticism, which means that you may want to work with someone, create something with someone here. When it comes to the spiritual community, this is a nest egg here, and you may be the tiger that wants to go after that, or you may be the egg and the owl protecting the egg, and somebody may want to come create with you. This could be also in the spiritual community as well. And I feel like there's a message there's a message that comes in, or even a phone call that is instinctual. Like it's helping you to okay, so somebody's very blessed, that's the balance. The message comes in from instinct, and then that's how I see them, okay? This is how I see them. This is how I see them. I'm gonna show you what I'm seeing. So that's how they go together. So the balance comes with blessed. The instinct comes with the message in the bottle. And then the mysticism here, spirituality, comes with creating with someone here, Aquarius. That's what I'm seeing. So how are you getting over your insecure heart, and how are miracles happening for you? You're overcoming your insecurities because the conflict and the chaos, you're coming out of it. And then it's bringing miracles. You're coming out of it, you're getting through the chaos and conflict, you're working through it, and then you're coming out on the other side in the brighter way, in the brighter side. Miracles, miracle waves. Yin yang, there's yin right there. It's going to make you feel very good. Self-worth. Everything is faded, okay? So everything is aligning for you, okay? See, the stars are aligning for you. Miracles, that's miracles. So miracles and self-worth. Tell me about miracles and self-worth for Aquarius. Also tell me about the fate card. The stars are aligning. Tell me about miracles for Aquarius. You have a loyal heart that wants to create with you, and that's going to bring in the miracles, is what I'm getting. And you have a really hard decision to make. You have a very hard decision to make. The person is loyal. All that glitter isn't gold, so overthinking it ain't going to help. Like, worrying about things ain't going to make it happen. Or make it happen. Maybe not make it happen. Self-worth is here too, but live like you already have it. Have the key to, if you want a home, if you want a car, act as if you already have it, before you even have it. So that's the miracles. And also self-worth and miracles. Tell me about self-worth and miracles. Self-worth and miracles. So make sure that you're balanced and that you're fair with yourself, and you're being, you pay yourself too. Like if you own a business, you pay yourself too. And create your peace. Create your peace. That's the self-love is creating your peace, and being fair with yourself is bringing in miracles. And time to go. For some of you want to go on a trip, but some of you don't. You don't. But I feel like listen to your dreams and tell the truth about, take the mask off and see how you feel. Tell someone how you feel about your heart. There's no place like home. So wherever home is, that is where you're going to want to go. And the home is where soulmate is. All right, that's what I got for you, Aquarius. All right, chopped wood and mending fences with someone here. All right, that's what I got. And we got exchanging gifts as well. Wow, Aquarius. Beautiful. So there's also forgiveness here, right? About some kind of confusion. So prayers is here too. So I got for you, Aquarius. Now, last but not least, we're going to do Pisces. Pisces. Thank you all so much for being here. I know that, sometimes people, maybe I talk you to sleep. Maybe I'm talking people to sleep. Maybe I'm your bedtime story. Maybe that's what I am. But you know what? I'm glad I am. And if that's why you're not in the chat, that's awesome. I'm glad I can be your bedtime story. I've put people to sleep before by speaking. Yeah, I've put my mom to sleep before speaking beside her while we're sitting there watching TV. She falls asleep. Yeah, I'm good at making people fall asleep. So maybe that's why I like to do my readings at night, so I can put people to sleep. With positive, and maybe you'll have good dreams. I used to tell people all the time, sweet dreams, right? I used to tell everybody that all the time. All right, let's go Pisces. Let's go Pisces. Let's see. What has Pisces been learning about their crown chakra? What has Pisces been learning about the crown chakra? Yeah, okay, so trickery fell in reverse, but so did renewal. But, we're not going to read in reverse. But I feel like, Pisces, you have realized that trickery, when you've been tricked in your heart and been hurt, I feel like there is a lot of renewal that's happening in your life, a lot of grounding energy, a lot learning to love yourself, learning to renew your energy, grounding yourself again, from whatever trickery of love there was, like whatever trickery of love there was. And there is service here, trusting Trusting here. Trusting the service that you're getting or the service that you're giving. Trusting that. Let's see. Tell me about Pisces and their spiritual crown chakra, and also all the chakras, how they all work and how they all work in. You are releasing the past pain, grief that you're feeling. You are learning to release it. And you're calling in your soulmate. Yeah, you're learning to release the stress and the pain that you feel from the past, the endings and passed on loved ones. And you are releasing that pain, and you're also calling in your soulmate. Pisces. In the bottom of the deck, I feel like, okay, we're going to ask about this card, but I feel like sometimes you have a hard time speaking to people, or you feel like you don't really fit in. You may not like what I'm getting it from this card on your reading is that you don't like the richy people, the richy bitchy people. You don't like them, Pisces. You don't like richy bitchy people. You like the people that are natural. They're not fancy. Let's see. What is this trickery? What are you renewing yourself from? What is this trickery in love? Yeah, somebody, you are rebuilding your peace from the trickery that happened. You're rebuilding your peace. So somebody may have messed up your peace, and that tricked you when it comes to your heart. So you're creating your peace for yourself, and this is helping you to renew yourself and really ground yourself. And something may have not been for you because, like, the not for you is down there, and that's the fortune cookie. But I feel like that's what the trickery was all about. Now you're creating your peace, and you're renewing yourself. Tell me how you're learning to ground yourself from and creating peace in your life from this um, trickery that happened. Yeah, but you know what I've never noticed about this card? You know what I never noticed about this card? Is that she's on the edge of town. She's not in town, but there's a town. See? Never noticed that. There's a town back there. So she's gone outside of town and doing this, meditate. Maybe you're planting some flowers. Maybe you're out and about and go plant a tree or flowers. Maybe you're planting, that's how you're really renewing your energy. That's how you're grounding yourself. What are you doing here to renew your energy, Pisces? Thank you so much for being here. Hitting that like button. Thank you. Thank you for subscribing, becoming part of my tribe. So, you may feel like something isn't for you, but maybe try it. Right? So, renewal here, grounding yourself. Maybe you go plant some flowers somewhere. And this is going to help you to see the light again and really allow yourself to be in your own emotions, right? So maybe, okay, what I'm getting here, makes total sense now, because trickery, right? You're creating your peace from the trickery that happened in your heart chakra, right? What made you, what made you insecure, like what made you having to release, negative, like, feelings and stuff like that, grief. Um, what I feel here is that what you created your peace because, and now you didn't realize, okay, it was coming to me so clearly. So you walk in, you're leaving the past behind you, the grief, the sadness. You're leaving it behind you. You're releasing it to the universe because it's not for, that wasn't for you. That was not for you. You dealt with something that was not for you. It was not for the best of for you, right? So you renewing yourself here and walking into more brighter life, more color, more light. There's a lot of gray there, and that wasn't really for you. That's what I'm trying to say. You have to put it together the right way or it doesn't even make sense. So yeah, not just anybody can just read cards. You have to really use your higher power. What is the service about? All right. We are back. We are back. Sorry about that. My internet, for some reason, it jumped over to someone internet. Okay. We're back. So, as I was saying, you're calling in your soulmates, and there's going to be a lot of fairness in your life. Your soulmate, when it comes to service, that's where we're at. So, when it comes to service, you could have somebody that really thinks of you as a really, like a soulmate. And this person is very fair. Could be a friend, somebody. Who is this soulmate for Pisces that's helping, that is of service to you? No, come on, don't fall over the place. Yin, message in a bottle, and bless. So whoever this soulmate is going to be blessing you. There's also going to be bringing you messages of a lot of like five of yin energy, a lot of like feminine energy here. So what is how are you releasing? You're being fair. You're doing things right. You're being fair. So you're releasing vanity and you're releasing stress. For some of you may be going on a trip. For some of you, something is coming around again. What is coming around again for you? Sorry about that disconnection there. Somebody doesn't want Pisces to know this. Because everything was working fine, and I have not taken my phone anywhere for it to connect with other people's internet. You got why. So for some of you, the message here is don't question it. Don't question what you're learning. Just ask if you have questions about it. If you want to learn about it, then open the book and learn about it. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to learn, and be flexible as well. So what's this trip about, and why are you questioning things? Why are you questioning, Pisces? Why are you questioning things? You may have some, things to clear out in your energy, let go of some negative energy. That's what you're doing right now. So you may be, still working on your imagination and also like still working on connecting with your higher self. And so you don't fully trust anything yet, but you're going by the book. That's what I see here. And you are observing, you're learning, and you're going to have to make a decision uh, about something. Treasure Island on Roundabout and coming closer to love. So I did say soulmate, your soulmate energy was coming in. And so make sure your energy is clear and changes are in the wind for you. For some of you, you're going to move. And there's also no place like home for you, Pisces. That's what I got for you all. Who's still here? That's what I want to know. Who has been here the whole time? I appreciate every single one of you that popped in, watched your sign, stayed for your sign. I appreciate that. I don't always stay in readings either if they're live, unless it's my sign that I'm listening to. Or sometimes I watch a reading, but I don't really do that. I'm more interested in what's going on in my life than in someone else's life. So I like to ask about the person that I'm reading for, about them, right? That's what I like to do. I like to do readings for the sign that I'm saying. But yeah, anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this reading. And thank you all so much for being here and hitting that like button. And if you guys can get me to 1420 in my subscribers, I would really love that. That would be awesome. It'd be so synchronicity. You know, I only needed like 10 more subscribers to have 1,420. All right, thank you guys so much. I love you guys, and I will see you guys tomorrow for the full moon in Scorpio, all right? I've got to go make the thumbnail for it now. So I will do that reading tomorrow, all right? See you guys tomorrow. Much love. Have a beautiful night and sweet dreams. Bye, y'all. Peace.